Yo, what's going on, man? Today is the 6th of June. It's 2024, of course, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA and WNBA show. We have two WNBA games, game one of the NBA Finals, all tipping off tonight. So a lot to talk about. I guess not that much to talk about. We're talking about, usually just talking about three games, but I'm excited to get into it and break it down with you guys. As always, I'll jump into a quick recap. Yesterday, I talked about a lot on the show as far as the first game go, really liking the Aces, but I didn't send out any official plays, but I know we talked about team total under. That was the only thing that didn't cash. Aces early, first quarter was a winner. Aces first half was a winner. And team total first quarter was another winner. And then the Lynx absolutely demolished the Sparks, which was great because I got to go to sleep early last night and have to stay up and watch that game. They absolutely smoked the Sparks yesterday. So it was good to see that from the beginning. So first quarter, I know I talked about adding that to the short list. I just played the 7, which was a winner. First half was another winner as well. Sparks really got to get things together. So we'll go through the comments real quick and we'll try to keep the show pretty short. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Todd says, Grand Rising, everyone. Hope today finds us all doing well. Coming off another 3 in one day in the WNBA. Time to tackle the NBA Finals. Absolutely. What's up to my guy, Rob? Says another winning day. Anthony says, Chris be cooking. 2 Ks, 2 ends. I love it. What up, Mark, my guy? He says, we're ready for some NBA. We're going to jump into that. My guy, Justin, always here as well. Joshua says, Grand Rising. Another perfect WNBA day yesterday. Love, bro. I'm glad you've been cashing, Joshua. Glad you've been cashing it, bro. No, Justin, I'm glad you reminded me, man. Totally forgot. I do have to send your shirt out. I'll do it today. I will do it today, Justin. I'll send you an email, too, to confirm. I got a shirt in the head I need to send out, and we'll jump back into that. I don't even know if I added it today, but let me just double-check it real quick. I don't think I added it. Added a graphic for it, but I think I can. Let's see. So yeah, we'll get back to doing this, giving away t-shirts for whoever picks the game the closest today. We'll talk about that in a second. LJ says, top of the morning, Chris. Let's get back to the money. He likes the first half over 110.5 between Boston and Dallas today. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Antonio says, good morning, everyone. And good morning to the best capper in the world. I wouldn't even say all that, Antonio. I wouldn't say all that, man. I would just say I like to make money. That's all. I ain't into all the rankings and stuff. Who cares? What up, Justin? Says WNBA been in the bag. What up to my guy Prolific? He says WNBA been doing work. Justin says he's not answering phones anymore when he's watching the show. Let's see. Rob says that I have a feeling the Celtics are going to blow the finals away. Everyone acting like they won already in the area. Okay. What's up, Tasha? Maurice in here as well. It's a lot of Peasy always rocking with us early in the morning. Can you do the regular show on Twitter? This YouTube in the way. Just jump on over, Racks on Racks. Yeah. Jump on over. What's up, Lightbearer? Eric in here with us in the morning as well. DJ Props says Sparks team total under was an easy winner. I think it was 74.5. I didn't even play it, but their offense is terrible, man. Zach likes Tatum double. I'm not gonna be able to get to all the comments. There's a lot in here. I'm trying my best though. What's up to my guy David? Daryl says good morning, Chris from Brooklyn. Long time watching, first time writing in though. I seen you on the Blunt Money Bet Show. Jokes. He said, joke. Let's get this cash. Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to my guy Dream as well, man. Let's jump into it. So first game. So speaking about giveaways, so you just pick the team that you think is going to win tonight between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. Let me know what you think the score is going to be. Your predicted score of the game. So pick a winner and what you think the score is going to be. The person that's right, I will send them a ChrisBeCappinn NBA t-shirt. Sizes available there. You get one guess, of course, only one guess. And your first guess is your only guess. You just got to make sure your entry is made before tip-off happens tonight. So let's jump into that first game, man. Make sure I got the most updated lines. 6.5, and then total is now at 215. Total moved up. This total opened at like 212, 212.5. And, just slowly but surely getting steamed up. Of course, we've had, some time now since the playoffs, since the finals we've gotten to the finals. So not gonna lie to you guys, everything in me wants to take the Dallas Mavericks to be able to keep this game close. But when I went through and did my due diligence on game one, if you like the trends, then you like the Boston Celtics. It's really just that simple. If you think that the Mavs can shock the world, which I kind of feel like they can, I just don't think I like them as much in game one, then you really want to be on maybe you want to take the Dallas Mavericks here. But I think like I said, all the research that I did points to the Boston Celtics in this game and potentially winning it comfortably as well. Injury report, we know Porzingis is expected to play today. We still haven't gotten news whether he's going to be available or not. And this is what I had written down in my notes. I had Boston has the experience advantage, with it being their second finals in 2 years. They have the rest advantage as well. I think it's 9 days of rest, and there's always the argument of rust versus rest when you get that much time off. But the thing about Boston is Boston's been rested in every single series so far, because their series have not gone far. They've lost 2 games? They played 14, lost 2, won 12, and they've always had to wait. So I don't think that they're not going to be able to turn it on in this spot. I think they'll be, well rested and motivated, especially coming off of finals that they lost 2 years ago. And speaking of the rest advantage, home favorites in the finals with the rest advantage, 8-2 straight up and against the spread. But teams playing as a home favorite in game one with the rest advantage, so you're a home favorite in game one, 61-42, which is 59% against the number. 5-2 against the spread in the playoffs so far. That's home favorites with the rest advantage in game one specifically. Favorites playing in game one, coming off a sweep, which the Boston Celtics did get the Pacers up out of there pretty easily. 23-14-1 against the number. So another really strong trend towards the Boston Celtics. Not only says that they win the game, but they cover the spread as well. And then I look at the home court advantage. The home team in game one of the NBA Finals, they've gone 18-3 straight up, 17-4 against the spread. And that goes all the way back as far as you can in the Killer Sports database. The last time we saw a team lose game one in the finals was actually the Boston Celtics, who won against the Golden State Warriors 2 years ago. And then Golden State, of course, smoked them in that next game, in game two, when they were playing in Golden State, for people who remember that. The Mavs have been pretty impressive, though. This team is not a team that I want to count out. They are 33-16-1 against the spread of this season, and 27-6 straight up, 25-8 when both Luka and Kyrie have suited up, dating all the way back to the beginning of March. So yeah, it's I think it's going to be a difficult series, man. I'm not really into and the other thing is this, the WNBA is going so well for me right now. I'm not about to overexert myself in a game one, with a bunch of plays in this game. I will tell you guys this. There is before we get into like well, you know what? Let's just jump into it. Then I'll give you guys another prop that I'm looking at. So I like Boston early in this spot. We know that they've been super impressive. They've been probably one of the best first half teams that we've seen in NBA history. I will have to go back and check the numbers, but 64-31-1 against the spread so far at home this season. In the playoffs, up until they played the Pacers, they were 7-3 against the spread in the first half. And then, of course, not as well against the Pacers. They went only 1-3. But the Mavs, they have not been a strong team coming out the gate, either in the first half or in game one. They are 57-41-1 against the spread for the full game, but only 48-50-1 against the spread in the first half. They've been a much better second half team than they have been first half team. When I add to the fact that, in Luka's career, this team, I think, is just like 2-8 in game ones. I do think it's a Boston spot. I think it's a Boston spot, and I think it's a Boston spot early as well. As far as, so I like Boston first half minus the 3.5. I do like that a lot. And I also think Boston wins the game. Now, do they cover? I'm not 100% sure, but I do think they're the right side. I haven't played the spread yet, if I'm being completely honest. As far as the total in this game, I kind of don't want to play it. I want to see what happens. Like I feel like it's an extremely low total. But I feel like it's one that could stay low as well. Like the series is going to be predicated, every game, if you're betting the total, in my opinion, is going to be predicated on who is knocking down threes. Of course, the Boston Celtics shoot a ton of threes. We know that they were the best, one of the teams that shot the most threes. And the Dallas Mavericks are the same way because they run so much of their offense is predicated on Luka Doncic playing one-on-one. If the double team comes, of course, he's passing to his he willingly passes to his shooters. PJ Washington, Derrick Jones Jr., Kyrie, Maxi Kleber, and then if not, he's throwing the lob to Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. So, and Luka, of course, can shoot the three as well. So, the total in this one is all going to be, in my opinion, going to be about who's able to defend the three-point line. So I think the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, I'll just stay away from the total, even though I do see it trending up just a tad bit. Maybe a first half over, kind of like what LJ said, and then we have seen Boston really slow down. Maybe they slow down and they aren't able to score the basketball in the second half. So if you like the over, maybe you do want to get in and get out. Let's see what you guys are thinking about this one. So I like, just to recap, I like Boston early minus the 3.5. Even if with Porzingis, being worked back, I forgot to mention Porzingis. So if Porzingis comes back, and we do expect him to play, I think he just helps the defense. I don't think that he hinders the offense a lot, because I've talked about this before, but you get Al Horford in the drop coverage, man, it's barbecue chicken. Porzingis is, much lengthier. I see Al Horford as a worse version of Rudy Gobert in the last series. And we know what happened with Rudy Gobert when he was having to guard Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. They just, it was barbecue chicken. So, I think Porzingis, being there helps defensively. Sounds like he's been scrimmaging and his cardio is going to be good. Now, of course, you can't simulate real game time minutes, but I like Boston early. I don't think that Porzingis coming back really influences too much, as far as, Boston really struggling. He's going to space the floor, protect the rim, and I think it helps their defense as well. So Boston first half, minus the 3.5. I do like them a lot early. And like I said, I'll probably stay away from the total. First half over makes a lot of sense, though. I think we'll see adjustments after game one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Boston handles Luka. I think Luka's the best player on the floor, in my opinion. And I think he's going to be able to cook no matter who guards him. But we'll see how that goes. I said a lot. Let's see what you guys are thinking about this one before we move on to WNBA. David says, Chris, you got fans in Romania? Damn, I don't know. I have no idea. Brian says, Cappinn made me some money last night. How do I give back? Don't worry about it, Brian. Don't worry about it. Take your mom out, your sister out, your lady out, buy your kid a toy, whatever you do, whatever you want to do with the money you made, man. I don't want it. Alex says, I like the teaser, Celtics -1 and the over 209. So thinking that the Celtics do win the game, but just don't want to lay the number. Donovan, first prediction here. He likes Boston 108-99. Tasha says, I'm on Boston. This is their year to win. So yeah, this comment makes me think about this, Tasha. I meant to add this as well. I do think that Boston wins the finals. Like, I do think that they win. I think Dallas covers in a lot of the games, though. I really, really do. I do think that they cover. But yeah, I can see that. Maurice says Mavs 117-112, so he likes the over. Smokey Steve Best like the Celtics -1.5 games. I do not agree with this one. Smokey be steaming. He be hot, but I don't think the Celtics win without it going to at least 6, in my opinion. He says Celtics have had the easiest path ever, but that will give them the edge in the rest wise. And I kind of agree with that. I agree with the point. I don't agree with the play. The Celtics they've really coasted. When you think about, round 1, they avoided Jimmy Butler. Round 2, they avoided Jared Allen, and Donovan Mitchell ended up getting hurt. And then round 3, of course, Tyrese Halliburton gets hurt. The team, I don't know what the numbers are, but the team that plays the less amount of games before the finals typically I'm pretty sure they end up winning the finals. Remember when Boston, I talked about this the other day, when Boston lost in the finals 2 years ago, they went to 2 grueling game 7s and won both of them. I think it was against the Miami Heat in the I remember Giannis and the Bucks, they had to win a game 7, and then they kind of just ran out of gas. So I do like that a little bit more. Whereas the Dallas Mavericks, I mean, they played against a tough Clippers team, a tough Oklahoma City team, and a very it was grueling, but Luka just kind of manhandled the Timberwolves. Jamie says can't deny the trends, but the Mavs team is special, and I agree. I'm not betting Boston. I'm definitely not betting Boston to win the series because it wouldn't surprise me if Boston does what they do. Justin says he got Boston at -6 in his pocket. Probably gonna bet Celtics to win game 1 and win the series, but not feeling the -139. Yeah, I think if you like the Celtics, -139, not bad, Justin. I expect that to move throughout the day. I know it's already moved a lot, but I do expect that to move. Brian says, I knew you liked Boston early. LJ says Boston is only 2-4 in their last 6 games, covering -6.5. Dallas is 16-2, covering 6.5 in the playoffs. Plus Tatum is 11-4 straight up home in game 1 of the playoffs in his career. Okay, some good numbers for to support Boston here from LJ. Tyon says Boston first half. Yeah, Boston first half minus the 3.5, I think. Mark says I took Boston first half team total over 57 last night. I agree with you on game 1, Chris, and I'm a Mavs fan. Yeah, if you like the Mavs, you just wait till after game 1. You come back in on them, and I potentially may do that. I'll see how game 1 plays out tonight. But yeah, you get a much better series price for the Mavs if you just wait until they lose game 1. If you think that it's a Boston spot early, which I do. Justin says I'm leaning under, but LJ has me digging a little deeper. So what I'll say about the under really quickly, I did look into this. I didn't write it down though. Looked into this yesterday. So the Mavs, when in the games that the Mavs have lost so far this postseason, they really struggled to score the basketball, and they haven't covered it all. So the 5 losses that they had, they lost twice to the Clippers, twice to the Thunder, and 1 to the Timberwolves. All 5 of those games, they finished 0-5 against the number. They lost by average of 11.5 points. And they were 4-1 to the under, only averaging 99.8 points per game. Their team total was something like 104.5. And the reason why this total is trickling up, but the reason why I'm not interested in jumping in on the over is because I've seen Boston offense get really stagnant and not be able to score the basketball. And there's a level of unpredictability. We all think we know what's going to happen in game 1. You really have no idea how things are going to play out, in my personal opinion, which is why I'm staying off the total. Dallas in their losses, like I said, 99 points. They went under their team total in 4 of the 5 games that they played. So if you think that Dallas is going to be able to score the basketball, then maybe you look towards an over. But these teams don't play fast enough for me. Like I'm not super interested in that. Anthony says, taking my chances with Dallas. I believe they want it more. Okay. David says, I need to know if KP plays. That's the difference between Boston and 6 and Dallas and 6 for me. Okay. What up, Big Smoothie? Says my brother Chris, that links -7, Dallas team total under, and Sparks team total under. We're winners yesterday. I'm glad you cashed them. Tyrese says, thanks so much for the plays, Chris. Would love to hop on and collab sometime. Shoot me a DM on Twitter. My guy, ChrisBeCappinn, 2 P's, 2 N's. Let's see. Justin says, whole world screaming Celtics path to finals was sweet. I agree, but they have been the best team in the league all year. And I agree with that as well, Justin. I think both things can be true. Freshness says he likes the Mavs team total over 102. Tasha says, I do like the Mavs team total over 103. Okay. Jamie says, Mavs still game 1. What up, Chris? Chat. I don't know if they still game 1. I don't know, but I'm not betting the full game, though. I'll tell you that. Boston going in tonight, Tonio says. Anthony says, Luka and Kyrie going to have to guard against the Celtics. That's not good for the Mavs. Luka and Kyrie about to be barbecue chicken. I don't know how I feel about that either. We'll see. We shall see. Damien says, I'm on Dallas money line. Too much value not to. Okay. And Prop says, this feels like a Jaylen Brown series to me, taking his points, rebounds, and assists tonight, over 32.5. I think Tatum rises to the moment. I really, really do, man. I really, really do. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I don't feel extremely confident on the NBA. And I do think that I told you guys last week, I really want to take the Mavs to win the series. But if I like the Mavs, then I do think that they lose game one for all the trends that I gave you guys. In the Mavs, just like I said, 2-8 in game ones in Luka's career. I'm not going to jump on the Mavs in game one specifically. I do like Boston early, though, minus the 3.5. I think that they established themselves early in the series. David says, Chris, how much of the public is on Boston? Can you check it, please? So I can't check it, but I can check it, but it just depends on where you're looking at. I think more public is on the Mavs, honestly. I think Boston is the sharper side. But I would need to go in and look at it. I just listening and doing my due diligence and checking the sources that I use. It sounds like the Mavs are the public side. And that rest advantage means a lot in the play in the finals specifically. So we'll see how it goes. Richard says he likes Tatum over his points. Tasha says I think the first game will go over. The next game will go under. We'll see how that goes. Brian says Mavs third quarter tonight, which makes a lot of sense because Boston typically takes care of business early and then not as much late. Justin says public heavy on the Mavs game one and the series. Joshua likes Luka Finals MVP. So player prop real quick I want to talk about. I'm glad somebody mentioned that. And then we'll dive into the W. Derek White it's a head-to-head on DraftKings that you can get. Derek White head-to-head to make more threes than Kyrie Irving. It's minus 140, so you are laying a little bit of juice. But I love that prop, man. Kyrie is out there to facilitate. He's out there to get a bucket and not necessarily make a bunch of threes. He is shooting 42% from the three-point line, making a little over 2.5 threes, but he's only shooting less than 6.5 threes per game in the playoffs so far. Whereas Derek White, he's making 3.5 threes per game, and he's shooting 2 more attempts, 8.4 attempts for Derek White. If you're gonna give me a guy that's shooting more and making more, and I got a later 140, I'm doing it. And that's what Derek White's out there for. Also, when I think about the defense, this Dallas defense has been a little bit more vulnerable from the three-point line than the Boston Celtics defense has been. So I like that a lot. Kyrie is a 3-level scorer not even in my opinion. I mean, it's factual. He can score, 50, 40, 90 type guy. Kyrie can get to the rim. Pull-up game is impeccable. And, of course, he can stretch the floor, shoot the three as well. But Derek White's only out there, in my opinion, to shoot the three and to be a floor spacer and, to assist the basketball. So I'll take that. Derek White, like I said, this on DraftKings. Derek White to make more threes than Kyrie Irving for the full series. Minus 140 on DraftKings if you guys are interested in that. And then I do like Luka to lead the series in total three-pointers being made. I think Derek White will probably finish second. You can get Luka, I think, is a plus, like it's right around even, plus 100, minus 105, something like that. But if you guys just go back, I'm not even going to dive into this one too deep. But if you like the Dallas Mavericks, you're going to have to love Luka. And you also going to have to feel like he can't be guarded. And I do kind of feel like that. I know Boston has really good defenders. I don't think anybody in the world can guard Luka Doncic. That's just my personal opinion. We'll see how that goes. I do think his three-point shot will continue to fall in this series. I like Luka Doncic a lot in this series. All right, and that's enough. I feel like that's enough on the NBA. Let's go WNBA real quick before we get up out of here. A lot of really good Discord back and forth in the comment section. I appreciate that. I don't even know if I meant to lead this trend up. I had already showed you guys that, but neither here nor there. Chicago Sky Mystics in DC tonight. Line sitting at 4. Yeah, 4.5. It is moving to 5 now, though, but there are some 4s still available. Total coming down, which I would anticipate. 156.5 is what it opened at, down to 156. I see some 155s popping up as well, man. I kind of feel like this is a game that if you do want to bet it, you probably want to bet it now. Let's jump into it. So injury-wise, we got Washington. They ruled out Shakira Austin and Brittany Sykes yet again. Both of those young ladies will continue to miss time for the Mystics, and that's why the Mystics will continue to be a fade, in my opinion. I can't bet this team. So Chicago Sky, they have Diamond DeShields listed on the injury report, but she is listed as probable. And I'd be remiss not to mention, I don't know if people got a chance to see it last night or not, but the Mystics, the Chicago Sky was trying to get off their, sounds like they were trying to get off their bus and get back to their hotel late last night. Well, not late last night, probably like 8-9 o'clock last night. And they were heckled by some fans who like wouldn't let them get off the bus, was like recording them. It's reports that they were harassed, and team security had to de-escalate the situation for the Sky to be able to, to get away from whoever this heckler was. And apparently like the video came out and it was edited, and I was reading up on it this morning. But that I think does impact, like that. You can see how, in my opinion, I think that does impact the game. I think the Sky bring it tonight. Honestly, I already like this Sky. That might have been enough to kind of push me over the edge. The Chicago Sky, there was like, I see Izzy Harrison tweeting about it, Angel Reese tweeted about it, Anya Webe tweeted about it as well. Like, and it was all because, of course, that hip check that happened between I can't think of her name now. What's her name? The young lady that plays off the bench for the Chicago Sky, when she hip checked Caitlin Clark a couple weeks last Saturday, matter of fact. It's been buzzing around WNBA, for a nice little minute now. But yeah, for that reason, I think that they bring it in this spot, and I'm not afraid to fade this Mystics team. The Chicago Sky are 3-5 straight up. They're 4-4 against the number, coming off back-to-back losses against the Indiana Fever and the New York Liberty. And they only have 1 day of rest to travel from Chicago to DC. But the Mystics 0-9 straight up, 4-4-1 against the number so far. This is their first game back home after a little short 2-game road trip, and the first leg of a back-to-back as well against the Indiana Fever. They got the Indiana Fever coming into DC tomorrow. So imagine what that crowd is going to be like. Washington has beat the Chicago Sky 4 straight times. And 7 of the last 10, they've covered 3 in a row as well. But this is a different Mystics team. No Elena Deladon, like no Natasha Cloud. Already mentioned the injuries. Chicago minus the 4 and the under 156 is the only ways that I would look at this game right now. Washington is 2-1 to the under at home, with their games actually staying under by an average of 9 points. So I'll talk about the total first. And they've held each of their opponents under their team total. Chicago Sky continue to struggle on offense, but their defense, they played a slow pace, which is what they've been doing for a while now, and they just really struggle to score the basketball. I don't think of Chicago as an offensive team. Their defense is something that has traveled well. They've held their opponents under their team total in 3 of their 4 road games so far. And I think we can see that again here. The Washington Mystics, one of the worst offenses in the WNBA. So I'm only looking towards the Sky. They do have a couple, like this will be the second time that they're laying points on the road. They were laying points against the Fever last Saturday. They lost that game outright. But I think that they can win this game. In my opinion, the Fever are better than the Mystics as well. So Chicago minus the 4 and the under 156. I don't see either one of these teams getting up to I think the Mystics are projected to score like 76 points and the Sky projected to score 80. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if neither one of these teams, 2 teams that don't play that fast either. So I like the under and I like the Chicago Sky. Let's see what you guys are saying about this one. Alex says, I got the mortgage for the month on the Celtics. I hope not. I see you laughing. I hope so. Man, Kennedy Carter. That's what it is. Meech said Courtney Carter. Yeah, I couldn't think of her first name for whatever reason. Kennedy Carter is who I'm talking about. Shout out to Anthony and Joshua for letting me know. Jamie likes the first half under 78.5. I think that's an excellent look. I would agree with that. I don't know how you feel about the full game, Jamie, but yeah, first half under, full game under. Real quick, let me check the money baller out. So first half totals. First half totals, the Mystics are 3-0 to the under at home. Sky, first half total on the road, 3-1 to the under. As a favorite, the Sky, 2-0 to the under in the first half specifically. So this makes a lot of sense. I might get there with you until tell my guy Jimmy on this one. Yeah, I like this under a lot. Full game under, both. Like I think both go under. Maurice says he likes Angel Reese over her points and rebounds. Tony says, how you feel about the under? Just talked about it. Move to 77, still a good play. See where you can get the best number. Always see where you can get the best number. Anthony says, been burned by the Sky as a favorite before. Me too. I was on them last week against the Indiana Fever. But like I said, I think the Fever are better than the Mystics. The Mystics will play hard, though. Don't get it twisted. Let's get to the last game so we can get up out of here, man. We got the Liberty against the Dream. This game will be played in Atlanta tonight. We got the Dream getting 6.5 points as home dogs here. And injury report for this one, Sabally will remain out. Yeah, Sabally will remain out for New York. And then Jordan Canada, who's still yet to make her season debut for the Atlanta Dream, will also remain out. This game is a very interesting one to me. So you got a Liberty team who killed us in the first half the other day when we laid the 4 after getting up by 15 points in the first quarter. They're 8-2 straight up, but only 3-7 against the numbers so far. They have won 4 games in a row. They've covered the last 2 in a row. This is the second of a 3-game road trip. They got a big game coming up against the Connecticut Sun on Saturday, the undefeated Connecticut Sun as well. And then you got the Atlanta Dream. This team is 4-3 straight up, 3-4 against the number. They're coming off a 19-point loss as a 2.5-point dog. Just a couple of days ago against the Connecticut Sun. This is the last game of a 3-game homestand. They actually traveled to Chicago to take on the Sky on Saturday. Big thing that jumped out to me here was the Dream having a big rest advantage. They have 3 days of rest compared to only 1 for the Liberty. And that's how I kind of looked at this one. I'm not into laying point. I know the Liberty covered back-to-back games. I think the Dream can kind of keep it close, keep it within 7. I definitely think so. The defense has just really been good, and their offense has really struggled for whatever reason. So I like the total in this game to go under. It opened at 164.5. I do see it up to 165, so I'll wait. But I also see some 163.5 as well. So total kind of all over the place. I agree with the under in this game, and it's for a couple different reasons. So first, I looked at historical trends, just home dogs with at least 3 days of rest playing against an opponent that only has 1 day of rest. And they're 46, 33, and 2 to the under. So that's almost 60% of those games going under. I look at the Liberty so far this season. They've been Jekyll and Hyde, man. This team, for what it's worth, when you look at the numbers, it doesn't line up with who we expect the Liberty to be. Their numbers still blow you off the charts. They're still number 1 in offensive rating. They've been the best offensive team in the WNBA, even though their second quarter offense has been really tragic. But they're 3-1 to the under on the road, with their game staying under by almost 5 points. And then you look at the Dream. This team, like I said, offensively they struggle, but defensively they picked it up. 3-1 to the under at home so far. Their game staying under by an average of 16 points. We remember them against Connecticut going under, them against the visiting Las Vegas Aces. Their game went under from the jump. So they stayed under their team total in all 4 home games. Offense just really struggling. But they've also played really good defense. 3 of their 4 opponents have gone under their team total. I think a big part of that is Tina Charles and what she brings on the defensive end. You need Jacqueline Jones to stay out of foul trouble if you like the Liberty. If she does not play well, if she gets in foul trouble trying to guard Tina Charles in this game, it could be a really good spot for Atlanta. So I do lean Atlanta plus the 6.5. And I do like the under in this game. I haven't played either yet. I just want to see what happens with the total. But if it continues to go up, I'll wait. If it starts to drop down, I will get the best number that I see available. Hopefully I can find a 165 and I'll be on the under in this game. That's the way I'm kind of thinking about this one. Let's go back to the comments real quick before we get up out of here. What up to my guy Freeminds? Anthony says, Chris, Mystics team total under looks good. How are the Sky in the first quarter, first half, Chris? So the thing about the Sky is they're a super young team, but I think they bring it today, especially with everything that happened last night. Like I talked about as far as the harassment and stuff. I do think that they bring it today. Sky, kind of Jekyll and Hyde. They're not one of the best teams in the WNBA, but they play hard. Like I said, off back-to-back losses, I think that they'll be motivated in this spot. And last night only adds even extra motivation. Brad says Liberty will win the first quarter and lose the second quarter again tonight. I'm continuing to ride that trend and parlaying it at plus 250. If you want to track if you want to tackle on Liberty full game money line, you can get it up to 400. So, I mean, this is what we've seen so far. And I did go back real quick on this comment before I get up out of here, Brad. I did go back and look because I told you guys on Tuesday night, I wasn't able to watch the Liberty and the Chicago Sky. I was at a graduation, but I was tracking it on my phone. After the game, I went back and looked at it, and they just couldn't make a three-pointer against the Chicago Sky in the second quarter. And Jacquel Jones played less than 2 minutes. I think she played 1 minute and 30 seconds. She picked up 2 fouls, went straight to the bench. She had already had 1 foul, so she had 3 fouls, early in the second quarter. And without Jacquel Jones, they don't have a secondary big, that's going to be able to really anchor that defense, in my opinion. We already talk about Courtney Vandersloot and Sabrina Ionescu being absolutely garbage on the defensive end. So yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. But I think it is predicated on Jacquel Jones being able to stay in the basketball game. The defensive rating is terrible with her off the floor. Maurice says he's going right back to Liberty first quarter and first half. Helm says if you don't have a Lynx championship ticket, I feel for you. They have been really, really good so far, man. Shout out to the Lynx. Dorka Uhas off the bench. McBuckets off the bench. This team is nice, man. Rob says he likes the Liberty first quarter team total over 21.5 points. They always crush the over in the first, then run out of gas in the second half. Jay Aries says 5-0 WNBA props yesterday. Glad you've been cashing. Helm says you don't think the harassment is a distraction and that and they'll just want to get up and out of there. I don't think so. Like this team got dogs, and I just think about the overall thought process for me is that I don't think they were scared. Like if this was another team that was harassed like that, maybe so. Kennedy Carter, she gangster, bro. I think about Angel Reese. She from the area. Angel Reese from Baltimore. She's close to home. I know she probably called her people too. Yo, come down. I need you to take this 45-minute trip for me. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Christian likes Boston 114 to 103. Justin says, y'all know I'm betting my dream plus 6.5. Like it a lot. What up to my guy Lane in here as well? But yeah, that's how I kind of see it. So real quick, short list. I didn't even type it out yet, but let's do that real quick. We got what we talk about. We talked about Boston first half minus the 3.5. We talked about Chicago minus the 4. We talked about Chicago, Washington under 156. We talked about Atlanta. I actually like Atlanta, New York and Atlanta under more than I like the side. Under 165, I think, is out there. And then I also like Atlanta plus the 6. When I do make it 6.5, my fault. Got to get everything I can. Hold on here. When I do make my official plays, I will share them with the members. But this is how I'm looking at the game so far. It's everything that I like for today. I didn't mention Derek White that's a series-long prop. Derek White to make more threes than Kyrie Irving minus 140 on DraftKings. So this is what I'm liking for today, man. Hope it's helpful for you guys. Resources that I use are here as always. Definitely check out OddsJams if you guys are interested in checking out their sports betting software. You will get 25% off your first month using code CBC. Link for all my official plays, as always, will be in the description. Like the video if you've enjoyed the show and you've made it this far. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and share the video as well. Super helpful. I appreciate everybody. It's been a pretty good WNBA journey so far. NBA back tonight. Super excited for the game as well. I'm probably going to have all the games on at the same time. Best of luck on whatever it is that you do bet today, no matter what side it is that you like. Bet responsibly, and I will catch you guys in the next one, man. Enjoy your Thursday. I'm out.